Okay, welcome everybody. It's time for our jackpot call, and we have great training for you. And I'm here with my cohorts and partners in crime, Jamie Mercer and Megan Martin, and we're your national marketing directors that get to train all you amazing jackpot people. So I'm going to hand it right off to Jamie, and she's going to be leading the training tonight.
Yes, well, thank you. And I'm super excited because this tonight is my favorite, one of my favorite pieces of the whole entire business. Because I think it is like the basic foundational piece of what we do. And we're repeating a little bit. So if you've been on this call a little bit, you're going to hear this again, but it's because it's really that important. And we're really going to dive in a little bit thicker tonight with it. And that is about our stories. Our stories matter. What we say matters every single day to every single person. And we want you to be so comfortable with not only your product story, because I'm sure most of you are really comfortable with your product story, but what I have learned from just my own experience personally and my own team is that everybody struggles a little bit more with their business story as far as being comfortable. So we want to really dive into this tonight. We've done it before on this call, but I want to say that, again, it's just the foundational piece. So if you're still on this call and we want you to really get solid in your business and adding those customers so that you have a jackpot business easily every single month, and you're moving on to the next call, it comes down to the story. So the company, the Juice Plus company, just because of the world we live in today, has different, we have to be careful with what we say, right? So we want to share with you an outline. And we didn't do this. We did this the last time, but we didn't necessarily show this particular one. So we're going to switch this up just a little bit. And we want to share with you an outline of how to create your story. And I wanted you to get a pen and paper because we're actually going to do it right here on this call. And so I'm going to have Karen screen share from virtualfranchisetraining.com. So if you don't know that website, virtualfranchisetraining.com. And then she's going to click on, where's the star? No, go to build, where there should, it's, maybe you screen sharing wasn't the best, Karen, if your computer's slow. Okay, scroll down a little bit, Karen. I see the top of the star. There it is. Click on the get started here. And what we will do after the call tonight is we'll put these worksheets into our Facebook group, and then scroll down to your story right there. Perfect. So there's two outlines here. One is creating your product story and creating your business story. So we're going to open up the product story. We'll let Karen's computer get to it. So the point of this is keeping your story powerful, simple, but yet not going overboard in what we're sharing or what we're claiming, I guess I want to say. So they're encouraging us to think about these questions, and then you fill in the blank. So you're going to think about, what was life like before Juice Plus? What are there any negative emotions associated with that? What were they? What attracted you to Juice Plus? Describe the changes since adding Juice Plus. Or if you, let's say you're helping a new rep do this, because this should be one of the very first things we do with new reps, and maybe they sign their distributor application the same day they order the product and they haven't started. So you create vision for that. What are you hoping for? And then how do or will these changes affect the quality of your life? Because really that's what it's about, right? We all want to die young at a very old age. So I think we could all agree with that. So using those questions, fill in the blanks. And we want you guys to do this. And maybe you've already done it. And if you have, great, write it down again, because the more you write it down, the more it's going to flow off your tongue. If you have not used this particular format, we want to take a few minutes. I don't think it's hard to fill in these blanks. So blank, years, months, days ago, I was blank. And then the middle of your story is that middle sentence. And then the end of your story is, now I'm blank. So I'm going to share with you mine, and then I'm going to give you, and I actually wrote this down again, And I'm going to read it to you directly from me writing it down, because I think it's okay to do that until it rolls off your tongue. So here's mine. 15 years ago, I gave birth to a very, very sick baby. And for 2 years, she dealt with chronic pneumonia and failure to thrive, and I was exhausted. Then my friend showed me a simple way to flood her body with 30 raw fruits and vegetables every day. And it made complete sense. And I cannot believe the difference it has made in her health. Now she is healthy and thriving, and I am so thankful. The end. That's how your story should be. To just, because what that does is what you hear us talk about all the time is creating curiosity. From there, you get the conversation started and then continue to share more info. Get somebody on a 3-way call, whatever. That initial encounter needs to be short, sweet, and powerful. So take a few minutes, because we're going to have a couple of you share yours, and write it down using this format. So I feel like we should be playing Jeopardy music, Karen. Do, 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 do. But we really want you to do it now, and I'm talking as you're writing, because sometimes we have the best of intentions and then we get off the call and we get off the call, and then, you know, the week goes by and it's like, oh, I didn't do that. So we really, really want you to get comfortable. So I'm going to give you a few more minutes.
Sorry, I guess I should leave that up there so they can see it.
Yeah, I do. And when you're done, do thumbs up so we know you're done.
Too many things on my screen.
I want to be quiet so people can concentrate. Any thumbs up? We good? Okay, so keep writing if you're not done. But what I want to say is we are teaching the teachers right now. So we want you all to be very comfortable, but this is what you are going to do with your reps in helping them learn how to tell their story and how to talk to people, because it's a skill that doesn't come naturally to most of the population. So what I love about this worksheet is that it gives us more verbiage beyond our story. So when they say at the end, I'm so thankful that my friend cared enough about me to share, in that story, if you noticed, I didn't say Juice Plus. I just said my friend shared with me a simple way to flood my body with 30 raw fruits and vegetables, just like they had. Creates curiosity. So what more than likely the next thing is that person's going to say, well, what was it? Like, what did you do? And then that next statement is, oh, it's called Juice Plus. It's fruits and vegetables in a capsule. Are you health conscious? Yes. Okay, great. Well, if I text you a quick video, would you watch it? Yes. Okay, here you go. It's only 7 minutes long. I'll text you later and see what you liked about it. And then you send them, you know, whatever it is you like. It's great to have these videos in the memos of your phone so you can do that quickly. And if you don't know how to do that, maybe we could do another training on that sometime. We want everything to be simple, easy, and convenient. But I love that this gives us verbiage and questions to ask, because it keeps the conversation going. And it gets us in a very short period of time a way to get somebody a video. And then we're just tell them, hey, we're going to follow up with you later. Okay. So there's your product story. Karen, switch it over to the business story, because we're going to do that one next. And this one is I think the harder one, because it's the one, or not the harder one, but it's the one that most people in their brains think is harder. and aren't necessarily comfortable with. And this is what you hear. You've heard us training even on the Empire team call about the P.L.O.T, P.L.O.T. It's an acronym for creating your business story. P stands for pain. What areas of your life are you dissatisfied with that made this business attractive to you? L is the lesson. What have you realized that you need to do in order for things to get better? O is the opportunity. What are the features of the Juice Plus company that seem exciting to you? Why is this an awesome opportunity for you? And then the triumph is, what have you already accomplished with your business, or what are you going to accomplish that will be a triumph to celebrate? So again, fill in the blanks. I love the simplicity of this, the pain and the lesson. So you might say, I used to work as a teacher, or I currently work as a teacher. I enjoy it because the problem is, and I realized that, whatever. And use a combination of those or whatever. The opportunity, then I found the Juice Plus company and my life changed in a great way. I got healthier and decided to build a business helping others get healthier and have fun doing it. We're all going to say the same thing. I loved that blank. The triumph is now I'm blank. And I love that I get to help others realize their dreams too. Would you like to take a look at what I do? And then there's verbiage beyond that. So I'm going to share with you mine, okay? So you can kind of hear it, how I modify it, because I know there's certain things I want to say in my story, and I had to make that fit into this plot and still keep it at a minute or less, but it just takes some creativity to do that. So here's mine. I work as a physical therapist and I enjoy it because I love helping people. The problem is I work a lot more than I really want to. And when I found the Juice Plus company, my life changed. I got healthier and I joined the mission to help others get healthier and have fun doing it. I love that I could add an additional stream of income and work towards making this a full-time income. Now I'm a national marketing director with the Juice Plus company, and I have been able to receive a full benefits package for my family. And I now find myself as a single mom, and I am so thankful for this Juice Plus income and my benefits and the ability to carry on after a divorce without any financial difficulties. Because of this business, I am so thankful, and I love that I get to help others realize their dreams too. Would you like to take a look at what I do? Now, I've recently changed this because this is a new training. I've recently changed my business story to fit into this. So it doesn't roll off my tongue easily or quickly. Now I can share my business story and I can make it roll off my tongue and I can talk, but I tend to ramble when I do that. So the point of this is that it makes us turn into people who are not rambling. So take some time and try to fill in the blanks with this. And to give you some time to think about that. And hopefully you've already done this and this is simple and it's going to go quick and you have it written down somewhere else and you can just rewrite it. If not, now's your time to make your business story awesome.
Yeah, and while you guys are writing, I've been working with some people on these stories, especially their plot version, this business story. And I love how simple it is. Like Jamie said, she kind of crafted, she already took her business story that she had and made it fit into this. And then what I'm going to tell you is take it one more step especially when you can kind of, I hate to say hide behind a screen, but make it conversational, right? The same way that you would speak to someone, because the way we all talk and our dialects are not the same. So, for instance, a lot of you know Heidi Cook in our greater organization. And so I was teasing her, like when she calls me, it's always like, hey girl, hey, so I don't think she would start with like, well, I am a graphic designer, so you might be like, depending on who you're talking to, hey girl, you know what? I know you know that I love my job as a graphic designer. However, I have had this major problem. And then you can flow into it. So just make sure you're comfortable. That's what I'm going to say. Like the more you practice it, the more you say it, you're going to change it to be more conversational to where you won't feel like you have to read it. Although reading it is totally fine. And I think a lot of you have been doing that for your Zooms, which is smart. Like I wrote out, when Jamie said write it out, I wrote it on a Post-it note. And so then, because I didn't know she was going to have us read it, I put it right underneath my video camera, and you guys can't even see that. So I can sit here and read during a Zoom and have my story right under my camera, and no one will ever know. And I always keep my scripts up on my screen.
I love it, Karen. Love it, love it.
Yeah, you don't have to be perfect to be an NMD. Or to be in this business at all. You don't have to be perfect.
No.
I think it's better if you do have a script or something to look at, because it helps keep you on task.
Right. So we don't ramble.
Yes.
No rambling.
Unless you're singing that song, right?
Right.
Class song. Ramble on. Okay, I can't sing, but Jamie can. She has a beautiful voice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I really love all these, and I know, you know, I'm sure when Jamie, well, I know when Jamie got started, because these weren't here when I started the business. We did have how to, like, you know, I remember Jamie doing a worksheet with me, kind of writing my story, but I think these are even more effective.
Oh, yeah.
You all will use these tools because they really are great. It's kind of like they dig in a little more than just the original. We had to come up with, you know, I heard of Juice Plus from kind of things. So,
yep. This is powerful.
Well, I'd love to hear some of these.
Yeah. So we're really, really, really driving home how important the stories are. And like Karen said, here in a minute, I'd love for 2 of you to share your product story, 2 of you to share your business story. That should take 4 minutes. And then we want to do a couple things with this. What we did before was we posted in our Facebook group a post, and we wanted you to record a video. And this was for practice. Record a video of you sharing your story. And we want you to do that again, because practice, practice, practice makes perfect. Like practice, practice. So we want you to do that again, and you'll see the post using this format. So it should be less than a minute for each one. But the other thing is we wanted to drive home this power of the story on every single one of these calls. We didn't know how to do it without, what we decided to do was at the beginning of every call, there's going to be, or every Zoom is going to be a lottery. And we're going to randomly pick 2 people. One person will share their product story. One person will share their business story. So the homework with this is not only recording your selfie video, but but practicing it and be ready on the spot. If I say, Karen Johnson, share, you get to share your business story, that you are comfortable and you've practiced it and you're ready to go, and boom, it's out. So every Zoom call, we're going to be doing this, and you don't know, if you're the one that's going to be drawn or not, or you have to share. So we want everyone to be ready every week. Cause that creates a little bit of, I don't know, fun, just excitement. Okay. Is everybody good? You can go back, Karen. So yeah, we gave you some downtime tonight to write out your stories. And can you go to everybody, like the people, so I can see? Does anybody want to unmute and share your product story? Go for it, Ashley.
Okay, can you hear me?
Can.
This is awesome because we're doing a launch tomorrow night, so this gives me some practice. So I've been working on this a lot. Okay, earlier this year, I was in a health crisis and my family was pretty much along for the ride. We were eating out all the time, exhausted and unhealthy, and my kids were constipated, and my oldest was having severe behavioral issues. I knew we had to make some changes in our daily routine, and then my friend reintroduced me to a way to flood our body daily with 30 raw fruits and veggies, and our health has been changed for the better ever since. Now my kids are not constipated, my oldest has not had a temper tantrum in months, and my husband and I are fitting in our clothes better than ever with more energy and feeling awesome. I am forever grateful to my friend that shared with me.
Boom!
Yay!
Yeah.
So I want to add, can I ask a question? So my story is actually really, really complicated, and it's really hard for me to dumb it down because, I mean, it started like a really long time ago. So I feel like, I don't know. And like the shred tin is such a big part of, like, we're down like major poundage in our house. Like, I don't know. I want to make sure that I'm sharing the right things, but not sharing too much. I know that we don't want to make like weight loss claims or anything with the shred. I don't know. It's just, I struggle. Like, I just rewrote that really simple, and I've been practicing it a lot more complicated than that. So I'm just, I don't know.
That's perfect because you hit those bullet points. You said our clothes fit better.
Okay.
Putting that in people's minds. You hit on the surface. It's not, Ashley, it's not that you're never going to share the details or the complications of your story. It's just, you're going to get into that as you build the relationship with this person and share juice and answer more questions. It's just, you're creating this curiosity on the surface. So that was perfect. And for me, like, just to hear that, like, you created a ton of curiosity.
Okay.
I don't think, I mean, I know in your mind it feels dumbed down, but it really isn't. It's perfection, and you can take it from there to the next.
Yeah, you know, I won't even begin to tell you all my Juice Plus stories, Ashley, but you can actually do this with every single one if you feel like you have different facets, because different people are going to relate to different things. But I would never lead. I mean, a lot of people know my story that I have multiple sclerosis. I will never share that as my general story because most people can't relate to that, you know. But what they can relate to is, I was so excited that a complete stranger shared Juice Plus with me. That was Jamie. But I always say, because I had a sick baby. Most people can relate to that because sick baby can mean ear infections. It can mean, you know, runny nose. It can be anything. And I'm like, because she shared how she changed her daughter's health, it changed my son's. That's relatable. And so then I can go into telling them more and more later. Right. But, you know, there's so many times where you might catch someone at the grocery, or you're up at ball practice or wherever it may be, and you want to grab, like when you said, I totally caught the clothes thing. That's what caught my attention too in your story. Like, I heard, you know, energy and constipation. I always tell people, if you have kids that are constipated, that should be your biggest share because everybody has that. Everybody has that. So the more we keep it general and more open, you're going to catch more people with your story. And then you can, like Jamie said, dig in later with that other stuff.
Thank you.
Who else? Anybody else want to share a product story? It was perfect, Ashley. Like, that, I could hear the 3 points right away.
I saw Jessie.
Jessie, go.
You got to unmute, babe.
All right. Yeah, I struggle with shortening it too. I'm definitely a rambler, so I'm working on that. So 2.5 months ago, I was at a really low point energy-wise. 2 young kids, just from the end of my pregnancy, and then, you know, the first year of life, and my son struggling with eczema, just was not getting enough sleep for a really long time, and it was really hitting me. I saw my friend doing all these awesome things, these cool workouts and runs, and she also had 2 little kids, and I was just wondering, how does she have the energy to do all this? Finally, I just asked her, what have you been doing? And I'm so glad I did. She told me basically how she was just flooding her body with all these fruits and vegetables every day. And I figured, what did I have to lose? So I gave it a try. And within a very short time, my energy level picked up a crazy amount. Now it's through the roof. This is only in 2.5 months. I've got energy to burn, and I'm having other positive side effects as well. Looking a little more like my pre-baby self, and even my skin is cleared up. So glad I just asked her what she was doing, and she shared it with me.
Fantastic. So no, you're not, like we said, you're not, I know it. That's what you said is the same thing that Ashley said. Like, you feel like you're dumbing it down, but you're really not. I mean, you really can just generally say, my kids were sick. I was an exhausted mom. I had no energy. Everybody's going to relate to that. Now, when you go into the questions afterwards, when you say, like, are you health conscious? Would you like to learn more? You can ask them. They're like, my kids are sick too. Then say, so what do your kids struggle with? And they're going to be like, well, they have ear infections or whatever. And then you can go, well, here's what my kids had. So it follows in the conversation, but just really generalize it and then dig in later. And they're going to hear your passion. My kids were sick. I wasn't sleeping. I'm exhausted. I was exhausted. I needed help, you know, and they're going to get it. Awesome job, Jessie.
Thanks.
Anybody want to share a business story? I know this is the scary one. Dun, dun, dun. Amanda.
Okay. So my business story is I first went from a full-time pharmacist job to a part-time pharmacist job, which was a lot sooner than we originally had planned. And even though I enjoyed my job because I got to work in my community with my neighbors and patients that I knew, the problem I was having was I had to use my vacation days to fill in on the weeks that I only worked 2 days a week to kind of keep my paycheck at a steady, kind of stable level so that it wasn't spiking and falling, and it made it easier to pay bills. Unfortunately, I realized that I needed something to help me out so that I didn't have to use my vacation days. That's when I found the Juice Plus company, which has changed my life greatly. I've gotten healthier and decided to build a business helping others to get healthy and have fun doing it. I've loved that I've found myself again with being on this amazing team, and love that I can do this alongside being at home with my kiddos and working my pharmacist job. And the great part is, as of right now, I've been able to pay for my product. So I haven't had to use my paycheck to pay for that. I get to use my money from Juice Plus, and can't wait to not need my vacation days for anything but a vacation.
Yeah, that's good.
That's very good. Lots of vision you created there, because a lot of people want to be at home with their children, supplementing their income, bridging the gap. And yeah, that's creating great vision for those people. So awesome.
Yay. I saw Crystal's hand go up too.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say that. Crystal, I saw Crystal go up with Amanda. Go for it, lady.
All right. Well, I just wrote it as you guys were giving me that example. So
Okay, perfect.
I currently work as a medical technologist. I enjoy it because I love the science behind helping others through their lab results. The problem is I need more time freedom with my family. I realized that I wanted to spend more time with my family and money to share with them. Then I found the Juice Plus company and my life changed in a great way. I got healthier and decided to build a business helping others get healthier and have fun doing it. I loved that I was getting healthier and able to share with my friends along the way. And now I'm able to dream and be excited about life again.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Awesome job. Awesome job. So, like I said, we're teaching the teachers. You guys are the teachers. You're the ones going out there and going to help your teams do what you're just doing. This really is the foundational thing of what we do in this business. If you get really comfortable sharing your story over and over again, you're going to have massive success. And you set some daily goals. I call them daily doables. How many times a day can you share your story? What's your daily doable goal? Once a day, 5 times a day. And Crystal, I loved that you were just reading it, because the more you do that, you're just not going to have to read it anymore. Like, just read it and read it and read it. And then it's just going to flow. And that's okay. Like, that's how we want you to do it. You don't have to be perfect. So, awesome job tonight. So we want you to do this on selfie video. We want you to post it and be prepared next week, because one of you is going to share one of each. And if you have to read it, great. But if you can do tons of practicing between now and then and you don't have to read it, bonus points. I don't know what the bonus points are. Pride. We can high five you. Oh, okay. Anything else, Megan and Karen? We went over.
The only thing I would say, you guys, in practice is a great way to share your story without having to share your story to people is I used to ask people all the time if I could practice on them. Mm-hmm. Like when we first learned what a web walk was, I would be like, hey people, and not Juice Plus people, because you're already practicing too. We've got, we have a new tool and I'm trying to practice. Would anyone help me? And I would have like 20 people be like, yeah, I will. And so I would just be like, tell them, I'm supposed to do this on a call next week. I'm kind of nervous. And I would do it. And then all of a sudden, like, I would have a customer. They'd be like, wow, that really makes sense. And I'm like, really? So, practice on people as well as in front of the mirror, wherever you're practicing, do it in this live. But we get paid to talk to people, not to each other.
Absolutely. Okay. Great job.
Okay, I'm going to hit stop.